in the new year with watch night services that attracted thousands of patrons. We have details as the outgoing MPP government says it will work hard to win back the seats which were taken away from them by the NDC, including the Domquah constituency, which until recently was a safe seat for the MPP. Also, NDC challenges jurisdiction of the High Court to hear the MPP application to order the EC to collate and declare results of 4 constituencies. We have details of these and more coming up shortly. Please do stay. In our first story, the Electoral Commission has declared Faustina Elim of the National Democratic Congress NDCs candidate as the Member of Parliament-elect for Domquah. Now, this decision resolves the long-standing disagreements between the NDC and the New Patriotic Party MPP over the election results in the constituency. This was after an emergency inter-party meeting was organized.
I'm happy to note, however, that the parties, although we did not have a pink sheet for parliamentary signed and completed at that level, each party also had their own tally cards. And on that tally sheets, they had the number of persons who came through. They had all the details, including the results, the total for each political party. And we have received that of the MPP. Although they are not present here, the presiding officer, some days after the election, reached out to the agents, the party agents, and the agent for the MPP sent his copy, and we've seen that we have the evidence and their communication. And it tallies that of what our presiding officer had on the training sheet. We have also met with the NDC agent, and we've also taken a record of his tally sheet, which also contains the number of people who came to the center and the votes for each of the parties, and they tally. And that has enabled us to arrive at a completion today. So today, the Commission is pleased to note that it has brought proceedings and collation at the Domquah constituency to a close.
On the face of the pin sheet, we have Michael Aaron Yao Okwe Jr. polled 50,669 votes. Akurugu Faustina Elim polled 50,967 votes. Now, by the power invested in me as a returning officer, I declare Madam Akurugu Faustina Elim as the MP elect for Domquah constituency. Thank you.
Now, the outgoing MPP government says it will work hard to win back the seats which were taken away from them by the NDC, including the Domquah constituency, which until recently was a safe seat for the MPP. Now, Haruna Mohammed is the Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party.
This case that is going in there is not about recoalition. It's about ordering an institution of state to perform its duty creditably. He's talking about them haven't won those particular seats for themselves. If you go and take 140 polling stations, somebody goes to collate 130 polling stations or 110 polling stations in Okaipe, then you go ahead and declare without 30 polling stations, and you think that the returning officer has done his work and the declaration was right. When you read CI 127 Regulation 43.1, that all polling stations must be assembled and collated to get the right person who has won the election. So you should leave the case in the court, and the court will determine. If he had listened to his lawyer, that is evidence. He said This mandamus application is a clever way to circumvent the proper hearing. That should be done by the evidence. Dankwas computer has said that if you take through, browse through the media, you will get his audio recordings of them having won the seat by 1,500 plus votes. And so therefore they will not even go for the rerun. They were not in support of the rerun. I had several debates on several other media platforms with him on that particular matter. Today, I have said it before, and I said it on that particular platform, that it does not lie in the lap of a political party to decide whether something legally should be done right or not. It's not about embarrassment. This is election. There are two outcomes in election. You either win or you lose. So, Domquah, we all know that this is the same seat for the New Patriotic Party. In the last elections, we got about 75,000, where the NDC has got about 62,000. All of us should be worried about the reduction in our numbers. You know the animal fall apathy, and we all know how it affects parties when they are going into their second term, not to talk of when parties are going into their third term. So we are well aware of this particular part. But Domquah in the hands of the NDC is just a loan to them, a temporary seat, and will take it back.
Now, the national chairman of the National Democratic Congress NDC, Johnson Asedu Nketia, has questioned the integrity of the recent National State Awards. Now, speaking at the 43rd anniversary commemoration of the 31st December Revolution, he criticized the president for what he calls a lack of transparency in the selection of award recipients. He proposed the introduction of legislation to guide the conferrer of such awards.
We have started conferring state honors on looters and murderers. What are we doing? We are teaching the youth that after all, there's nothing wrong with looting state coffers. That after all, there's nothing wrong with drawing a gun and shooting and killing your fellow Ghanaians. If anybody had any doubt about the brain behind all the killing and the looting that has taken place in the past 8 years, I believe the award ceremony that happened yesterday has cleared all the doubt that all the wrong things that were happening, all the wrong things that were committed by the appointees of Addo Dankwas were actually endorsed by the big man himself. Otherwise, why would anybody with his head properly screwed on award people like this former Kasua MP, who is he? How Kumsin for shooting and killing Ghanaians during elections? Why should anybody be awarding a state honor to Brother Champon? Why? Have we forgotten about the significance of state awards? It's been said that a nation that does not award its heroes is not worth dying for. So state awards are serious businesses. They must be reserved for people of distinction, people who have fought for a good cause. And if we award state honors to vigilante boys and girls, then that is what we are teaching the youth, that after all, it is all right to pick weapons and shoot at people.
Well, the NDC has also challenged the jurisdiction of the High Court to hear the MPP application to order the EC to collate and declare results of 4 constituencies, namely Ablekuma North, Okaigwe Central, Tema Central, and Teshiman South. Director of Legal Affairs of the NDC, Godwin Tamaklo, argued that the application was an attempt at challenging the validity of the election results using the wrong approach.
Citing sections 16 and 20 of the Representation of People Law PNDC 284 as amended, lead counsel for the NDC parliamentary candidates Godwin Tamaklo argued that election results can only be challenged using an election petition. He told the court that by resorting to a mandamus application, the New Patriotic Party was using a wrong procedure to circumvent a proper hearing by evidence. But counsel for the NPP, Gary Nimakon, noted that the purpose of their suit had been wrongly perceived by the NDC. He maintained that there was no officially declared results to be petitioned, but rather an application for the court to order the Electoral Commission to collate and declare the results. Presiding Judge Ba Forson Ejapon, after hearing the arguments from both sides, adjourned the hearing to January 1 to give his ruling on the preliminary objection by the NDC. Majority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin spoke to the media.
The body in charge of the elections says that the elections have not been concluded. They are saying that their officers were threatened, were cajoled to do an illegal act, and the law allows them, the CI allows them to ensure that the right things are done, and that is what they've done. There is no official declaration. It is the Electoral Commission that does declaration of results. It is saying that it has not concluded. What it has concluded is the final collation, which declared all our candidates whose matter is in dispute the rightful elected candidates.
Lawyer Victor Kojo Adaudu outlined the NDC's stance.
Section 16 and 20 of the ROPA Act, that is PNDC Law 284, says that there are 4 grounds you can challenge an election petition, right? And it has made that you are talking about intimidation and the rest. And we are saying that within, you cannot come under mandamus says that they should perform a public function or public duty.
NDC Deputy Director of Elections and IT, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, expressed optimism ahead of the ruling.
Jean Mensa doesn't have that power. She's a returning officer for presidential, not parliamentary. That's what the law says. Very, very confident. Very, very confident. We are not stopping them from coming because they should use the right channel. They shouldn't do this backdoor. It's a backdoor tactics, ambush tactics. We are not going to accept that.
Pending the decision of the court on Wednesday, the MPs-elect of Okankwe Central, Ablekuma North, Tema Central and Techiman South will be retained as the substantive winners of the parliamentary elections, or the substantive matter of the MPP suit will be heard. Lord Idwasari, TV3 News, Aqua.
Now, calls for Adom Babing to be retained as Speaker is gaining momentum within the rank and file of the NDC. The United Cadres Forum is the latest to join, making a strong case for Mr. Babing to be retained. Now, addressing party faithfuls during the 43rd anniversary of the 31st December Revolution, Chairman of the Interim Management Committee of the Cadres Front emphasized the need for the Speaker to be retained.
That there are unfinished businesses, and we would want to suggest or propose to National that as early as possible a Constitution Review Committee should be set up to start reviewing the party's constitution ahead of the forthcoming Congress. We also want to add our voices to the numerous voices, and especially to our MPs, that they should retain the Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker Alban Sumana Kingsford Babing.
Now, President Nana Addo Dankwas has touted the achievements of the MPP administration under his leadership over the past 8 years. In his final New Year's message to Ghanaians, the president, whilst acknowledging the hardship facing many Ghanaians, stressed that his government has done enough to sustain the economy through the various social intervention programs aimed at introducing or alleviating poverty and improving the lot of Ghanaians.
In the years I've been privileged to lead, we've worked tirelessly to lay a foundation for a Ghana that is strong, united, and full of opportunity. The free senior high school policy has given hope to millions of young Ghanaians and their families. We've seen our healthcare system strengthened, our roads expanded, our industry strengthened, our agriculture revitalized, and our digital landscape transformed. Additionally, our economy is rebounding impressively, as demonstrated by the remarkable 7.2% growth achieved in the third quarter of 2024.
Now, Christians across the country ushered in the new year with watch night services that attracted thousands of patrons. The watch night services traveled into January 1, 2025, with congregants offering prayers and thanksgiving to God for protecting them and the wishes of breakthrough and divine favor in the coming year.
On the evening of December 31, the warm glow of Christians who trooped into churches to observe the watch night service was evident. It was the night when people came together in faith to bid farewell to the old year and welcome the new one. Inside the churches were filled with families, friends, and new believers alike, all seeking a moment of peace, reflection, and renewal. At the Calvary Charismatic Center at Apenkwa, the head pastor, Reverend Samuel Eduama, called for strong leadership from institutions and government appointees going into 2025, especially so because the country has just completed an election cycle. The legendary gospel trio, Daughters of Glorious Jesus, were also in full flight.
2025 promises to be very exciting, especially as a nation we have come out of the presidential and the parliamentary elections. And I believe that we need a strong leadership across all the spectrum of our society, from the presidency, through family, through heads of institution, to get things done. And I believe that if we can come together and the leadership that we're going to see demonstrated from the presidency to the lowest level, I believe that Ghana will be set on the course for prosperity.
Delivering his message on the theme, The Shift at the East Legon Worship Center Church of Pentecost, head pastor Professor Joseph Osafo Edu said there is hope in 2025.
In the midst of 2025, there will be danger, there will be chaos, but there will be shift for preservation and protection. We are telling Ghanaians that look forward into 2025 and hope.
North Carnation Assemblies of God Church was a fulfilling moment for Christians as they entered into a prayer intercession mood for Ghanaians. Senior Associate Pastor of North Carnation Assemblies of God, Reverend Michael Ampofo, said Ghanaians need divine direction.
In the year 2025, it's a new thing. So you need divine grace, you need divine strength. The Bible says it is not by might, it is not by power. It says by my spirit. So by the Spirit of Christ, that is how you can survive this year 2025. So the Bible says Christ in you is the hope of glory. For my New Year message is that Christ is in all. Without him, you can't succeed.
Newly elected independent member of parliament for Kweu Afram Place North, Walasik Peli Esquire, who also worships at the North Carnation Assemblies of God Church, said Ghana is witnessing a new dawn.
We are entering into governance at the time where the economy of the country is in a challenging step. But yet still, I would say as part of government, we need to take step-by-step approach.
As the clock struck midnight, a chorus of voices sang through the International Deliverance and Prayer Ministry at Achimota, ushering in the new year. Indeed, 2025 holds many prospects, but also challenges, as the founder of All Generation Believers Ministry at Community 18 summed it up.
Yeah, first one, we should love each other, and two, we should work and pray, because the Bible says, I'll bear the hand of the work. So without working, God cannot bless you. So find yourself, do something as you are praying. Don't put your whole life in prayer. Pray a little, work a little.
As Ghana wrapped up 2024, Ghanaians across the country are reflecting on the highs and lows of the year and looking into 2025 with hope and determination. From financial struggles to moments of celebration, this year has been a journey for many. Cristobal Success went out to hear what Ghanaians had to say about their experiences in 2024 and their aspirations for the year ahead.
It's been a year of highs and lows for many Ghanaians. From economic challenges to cultural celebrations, everyone has their own story to tell. As we close the chapter on 2024, let's hear directly from the Ghanaian people what the year has been like for them.
For 2024, I feel like I needed to do a better job of asking for what I truly want, not just what I think I can receive, and then working towards hard towards getting it. And so that's going to be my focus for 2025. I want all the good things coming to me, all the happiness.
We will thank God. It's been a bit difficult at the markets, but we are picking up. We are praying for reduction in prices so things can move on.
2024 didn't go very well. We are hoping 2025 would be better. We believe with the incoming president, things would be better. We feel the wind of change, and next year would be a good year.
As we look ahead to 2025, senior lecturer at the Department of Sociology, University of Ghana, Dr. Samson Obedapia, gave insights on how Ghanaians can stay focused, overcome setbacks, and set realistic goals for a brighter future.
It has really been a very interesting, challenging year for the people of Ghana, as we all know. It was an election year. So we all went through a lot of euphoria of campaign messages. On a backdrop of the difficulty the economy went through. The cost of living was high. The cost of doing business. People had issues with how to even provide that basic necessity. So it has been a very tough year, coupled with the fact that people were expecting a lot of changes concerning the election. We thank God that the election has been successful.
He also advised those who struggled financially or emotionally in 2024 to take small, manageable steps toward improvements.
The year has been challenging, but it's a new year that is coming. And my advice is that there are always new situations that bring new challenges. Every year with its own difficulty. It was an election year. So the coming year is going to be a new year with the start of a new government. The first 6 months is more of a honeymoon. The expectations are high, but we also must understand that we all saw the difficult the economy went through. It will take a little bit of time for the economy to pick up. So people's expectation must be managed. People must be also economical with their spending. People must know that it will take a little bit of time for the economy to pick up from where it ended this year. So people must be very simple in the things they do.
It is clear that whilst 2024 brought its share of struggles, Ghanaians remain hopeful for a better 2025. As we step into 2025, these voices of Ghanaians serves as a reminder that together we can build a stronger Ghana. Reporting for TV3 News, Cristobal Success, Trevor, Aqua.
And that's our wrap of the 6 a.m. news right here on TV3. My name is Judith Brown. Thanks for joining us once again. Happy New Year.